mean, we're starting off with the usual, the bicycles and the doll carriages.
Yes.
And where do we go from there?
Well, right now the water slide is going to be open. Dunk tank will be opening up. And then we'll start the relay races in those things very shortly. We did get a couple of new items here this year. Teddy Town will be here building teddy bears for the kids. And over my left shoulder is the big maze.
Which was a big hit back at Easter time.
Yes, it was. So hopefully it will be just as much as a big hit here. We also have a couple of water stations, cooling stations with mists, in case it does get a little bit hot today, as it usually does on July 4th.
Oh, that's so true.
Yes.
Okay, and the big finale, the egg toss.
Oh, yeah, the messy finale. Yes. Well, we'll be ready. We got the eggs last night, and they'll be ready to go. So hopefully we'll have plenty of them.
Okay, terrific. And I guess it's all that's left to say now is let the games begin.
I'm in overly charged. Oh, these guys.
3, 2, 1, toss. Okay, that row. If you dropped your egg, you're out. Everybody else take one step back. All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1, toss. Oh, if your egg cracked, you're out. Remaining people, take one step back.
You're all done.
Yours cracked.
Oh well. No. Nice try.
All right. 3, 2, 1, toss. Everybody take a step back. We have our winners.
Thank you all very, very much for coming. I really appreciate such a friendly audience. This is my first published book, and my first book signing. So you are definitely my guinea pig audience. And I appreciate you coming. This is a difficult topic, and most of us have had difficult challenges in our lives, and we just have to learn to cope. And this, one of our challenges was John's cancer journey. But I have to say that through the process of this journey, we grew closer. We had been married for about 36 years when he was diagnosed. And initially when he was diagnosed, we were told he had, and John was insistent that he find out how much time the doctor thought he had. And the doctor said, I really don't like to give people prognosis like that, because it's an average and you just don't know. My hope is that the takeaway for you tonight is that you make the most of every single day. None of us knows how much time we have. I just loved this picture of him standing there. That was such a typical pose for him, standing there in front of the toilet sign, you know? It was just ridiculous. But anyway, he got to the Great Wall and managed to actually, 3 weeks after he couldn't climb a flight of stairs, he got up on the Great Wall of China. I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, he was just determined. People on that trip, and Megan was with us, people on the trip, Corinne, people on the trip didn't even know that he was as sick as he was, because he just didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want cancer to define him as a person. After the interleukin treatments that summer, it didn't work out as well. It was disappointing, and we were told we might have 2 options, and I won't go into that too much, but the point was that we were coming home thinking, well, we don't know what's going to happen going forward. We were hoping that he was going to be able to have this treatment called BRAF, targeted cell therapy. He didn't qualify. So we were very disappointed. But the doctor had a little glint in his eye, and he said, but we just got a brand new clinical trial, and it just came out last week, and I think you're a good candidate for it. So that was our introduction to MDX 1106, and I'll tell you, it was the best 2.5, 3 years that we had during this entire time. He had very few side effects. He was able to function over at Spelman as president. I mean, we're going in once, twice a week still for treatments, but I mean, I would drive so that he could do work on his emails, he would write letters. I mean, there's whole stories about this in the book. But it was something that kept him going. He really felt as though this was a positive thing for him to be working through. John's big goal then, after seeing Benjamin born, was to live through graduation at Spelman. That was his goal. And that didn't happen. He died the week before. But by golly, he died at 2 o'clock in the afternoon by the time school got out, because he didn't want anything to show that he was, you know, taking any thunder. So the next picture is actually an older picture of him, but it was taken at the Whitman town meeting, and I just thought it was kind of funny because I'm here in Whitman, and I just loved this picture because I thought it just captured the sparkle in his eye. Yeah. I was going to end the book there, and then I said, no, you know, our life has continued on, and we have tried to find ways that we could find joy in the way that we lived our life together, and he would expect nothing less of us than to try to find joy as we continue forward, going forward. So that summer we had planned to go to Vermont, to our favorite place, the Trapp Family Lodge, and there were 6 rainbows that week. And the kids kept saying, Grandpa's painting the sky for us. Grandpa's painting the sky. I mean, it was just exquisite. So that was in that summer, which was tough because that was the first vacation we had taken without him, and everybody missed him. But, you know, it was one of those things you said, you know, you're just going to keep looking for those signs. And so then the next one is the most recent picture. And this is Benjamin now. Benjamin is a 5-year-old graduating from Mary Deb's pre-K program on June 17th, Father's Day this year. So he's going into the Whitman Hanson Performing Arts Center, which was very graciously dedicated to John. And they said, walked into the foyer and they said to their mother, Grandpa's here. And not to be outdone, the music that was piped in at that moment in time was It's Somewhere Over the Rainbow and It's a Wonderful World on Father's Day. We've sort of lost it. So there just continued to be wonderful signs, and we just know that he's always with us. He always will be. He had a tremendous influence on our lives, certainly, and on the people that he worked with. And I keep hearing from people, you can go to the last one, people who had worked with him who just tell me the neatest stories. And probably that's the best thing when somebody passes, is for people to share their stories with you, because you hope that people will understand how important that is, that that person stays alive in their mind and in yours. And it just is a wonderful opportunity to have an exchange about the journey of life. So that is my story. Even if you're not dealing with cancer, and I know many of you in this room have either dealt with cancer or other terminal illnesses, I honestly believe that you can every day find some joy. And I also believe that you can continue to find and choose your attitude. And you can decide that you're either going to wallow in self-pity or you're going to be positive and look forward to the future. Don't forget the past, live in the present, and look forward to the future. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the Whitman Summer Concert Series. Great evening for a concert, is it not? All right. Tonight's entertainment, of course, is being brought to you by the Whitman Cultural Council. As well, this year's concert is being dedicated in memory of WHCA's Executive Director, Steve Roy. We actually lost 2 years ago. Steve enjoyed community events like this, and I'm sure some of you saw him out there and about with the camera, capturing it, and then later on putting it on cable. That's what Steve loved doing. And in his memory, we're here this evening to cover these shows. We have our cameras here. And we also have our production truck here. So if you have a moment, come on over, say hi to some of the staff, check out our truck. And also don't forget, you get Bert's ice cream truck that just pulled in. So for the parents and the kiddies, Bert is here. So without any further ado, please put your hands together and give a warm Whitman Town Park welcome to tonight's performers, the Defender Concert Corps.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to play for you a few selections from the Golden Era Big Band. We've got 3 selections we're going to play for you by Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller was, of course, a big band arranger and director and composer. Sadly, Glenn Miller died in the 1940s. Actually, I think it was early 1942. He was going over to England to entertain the troops, and his plane disappeared over the English Channel. But before Glenn Miller passed away, he wrote a dozen songs that were top 10 hits, and we're going to play a couple of those for you tonight. The first one that we're going to do for you was actually written by a gentleman named Ramsey Hawkins, who played at a club in Harlem. Glenn Miller went there and heard the band and liked the song that he closed with. And when Glenn Miller recorded it, it became a #1 hit for him. This number is called Tuxedo Junction.
I'm Joyce Poliati, and I am the practice administrator for JM PetVet, and we are here today at the Hanson Town Green, and we are doing a rabies vaccination clinic for the residents of Hanson and the surrounding towns, and we're offering rabies vaccinations, nail trims, microchipping for any of the residents that wish to come down and get their pets vaccinated. We are a facility that is located in Brockton, and our model is that we are offering affordable care to patients, and we want to try and get out there as much into the community and offer that to as many of patients that we can. So we're really happy to be here today and to be able to share that with the residents of Hanson.
Hi, my name is Mary Drake. I'm the Animal Control Officer here in Hanson. It is July 13th, 2018. We're having my first rabies clinic here on the town green. We have Mel's Ice Cream from Brockton. We have Jamie and Pet Resort, Pet Vet from Brockton. And we got a great little event going on here, trying to get everybody to rabies their animals, and then they can go right into the town hall, and the clerk is in there, and you can license your dog or cat, well actually just your dog, at the same time, to avoid any late fees, any, forgetting to do it. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here today.
You've got a petting zoo?
Yep, we got a little mini petting zoo. We got some mini mandolin lion heads. And we got a couple La Manchas. Those goats. We got some chickens, some baby ducks. It's this white silky, and the ducks are Muscovies. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the outcome so far. I also did my dog and my cat, so they're all done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
How are we doing tonight, Whitman? Said, how are we doing tonight? All right. Well, welcome to yet another summer concert here in Whitman Town Park. Of course, brought to you courtesy of the folks from the Whitman Cultural Council. If you could give them a round warm of applause. I'd give you, if you put your hands together, for Elbow Room.
Say what to me. One thing at least to another. You told me something wrong. I know I listened too long, but then one thing at least to another. One thing leads to another. Then it's easy to believe that somebody's been lying to me. But when the wrong word is in the right ear, I know you've been lying to me. It's getting rough off the cuff, I gotta say enough's enough. Bigger the harder you fall. But when the wrong antidote is like a bulge on the throat, you run for cover in the heat. Oh, I don't think do what to say what to me. One thing leads to another. Told me something wrong, I know I listened too long, but then one thing leads to another. One thing leads to another. One thing
My name's Tim Cruz, and I'm the Plymouth County District Attorney. Well, here we are at the 24th Annual Plymouth County Drug Education Camp, which is a great camp sponsored by the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office, the Plymouth County Police Chiefs, and the School Resources Offices here in the county. And really what it is an educational camp. It's a fun camp for the kids to learn something about the dangers that are out there, but at the same time, meet some new friends and have a good time. Well, we have 27 communities in the county of Plymouth, and we have 21 of them participating right now, which is the most we've ever had. And we have roughly around 600 kids between campers, peer leaders, and junior peer leaders. A lot of the junior peer leaders and peer leaders are kids who have already gone through the camp, and they had such a good time that they want to donate their time back to the community.
And do you have a tough time getting officers to sign up for this camp?
We do not have a tough time getting officers to sign up for this camp. They love coming here. The school resource officers are usually the individuals who are also the DARE officers who are teaching our kids in school already. So that it's really great to get them here. They turn into kids themselves and they have a lot of fun.
Thank you very much, District Attorney Cruz. This looks like a great day and a great program for the kids.
It's a great day and we're all having a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll do it again next year.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Frazier. I am the Hanson police officer that is assigned to the schools for the town of Hanson, otherwise known as a school resource officer or DARE officer. This week we are hosting the Plymouth County DARE Camp, which is put on by District Attorney Timothy Cruz. I'm fortunate enough to be able to host it with a lot of officers' help. Today, as you can see behind me, we're doing the water day with which is accompanied by the Hanson Fire Department. Chief Jerry Thompson has been gracious enough to allow some of his firefighters to come down and hose the kids off. We have a slip and slide here as well, and a water tank donated by Country Rentals, which is out of Hanson, Mass. Again, it's put on by District Attorney Timothy Cruz, and it's a great thing for the kids. It allows the kids to come together. There's 20 plus communities here this week. I believe there's approximately 625 kids that attend this camp, and it's something that is outstanding as far as for camaraderie with the kids and community. And we teach the do's and don'ts of drugs and alcohol, things such as social media, the do's and don'ts and whatnot. And it's just a great thing that put on by the district attorney, and we're very grateful that we're have the opportunity to host it. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Officer Bill Frazier of the Hanson Police Department. I am the DARE officer or school resource officer for the town of Hanson. I have the privilege of hosting the DARE camp, which is put on by District Attorney Tim Cruz, who's to my left, your right. Before we start the festivities, I would personally just like to thank Lieutenant Casey and Chief Mix of the Hanson Police for allowing me to host this event. So thank you.
check them out when you're on your way. Thanks again for another great year. Happy New Year.
Hello, welcome. Yeah. Of course, we're not here at the town park, but we're here at the VFW for yet another summer concert with Dale and the Duds, huh? Without any further ado, it's time to put your hands together for the one and only Dale and the Duds.
That's Walk Don't Run, song that made the Benches famous. Played by Mitch McEwan, native right here in Whitman. Right off of Commercial Street is where he grew up. Local boy does good.